Hello everybody, hopefully all is well. If you're looking at my channel for the very first time, I ask you to please like and subscribe. I'm going to have other videos out like this. I'm just trying to go from the very basics. So if you're seeing this video for the first time, look at some of my other videos. The last one I did was just properly grabbing your magazines the right way and reloading your pistol. This time we're going to do it with dummy ammunition. Before I just looked at getting the magazine into the weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and set everything up. Dummy ammunition, no live ammunition is present at all. Dummies. Guys, you can get these at your local gun store. You can go on Amazon and order these. If you have a pistol and you're very serious, especially about doing dry practice, which we're doing right now, just getting some training reps in the comforts of your home, then you need dummy ammunition. It's really priceless, in my opinion, especially if you've been in some bad situations. You never know when you're going to get selected to be a victim. But however, if you carry your gun with you for the next 30 years and you never have to use it, good to go. All right, so my other video talked about loading your weapon, but I didn't do it with any ammunition. Now I am. The proper way to grab your magazine is index finger, middle finger, and thumb. Just like this. This is how you grab your magazine properly. If it comes to the point you see a round sticking out like this, all you gotta do is take your index finger and push it back in. Okay? The bullets, this is the toe of the magazine, should be pointing towards the enemy. Sometimes you walk past guys and they have their magazines in like this. Sometimes they're like this. This is where they should be. Toes and bullets pointed towards the bad guy. Okay, so let's look at the very slowest reload and then work our way up to the fastest. I'm going to do this with a non-ambidextrous weapon. In case you have one, I'm going to show lefty and right-handed manipulations. I'm instrumental in teaching sometimes police recruits, even sworn officers that have not qualified on the range. And so I've had some police recruits, literally, and I talked about this in another video, take the gun from the left hand and put it to the right, and then put it back to the left. If you're out there firing and you're fighting for your life with your gun, you lose the ability to shoot early and everything else, switching. Milliseconds really count when this shit goes down for real. Hopefully you have not experienced it, and hopefully you never will. Okay. So, there's nothing in the chamber right now. This right here, most people call it slide lock. I call it an emergency reload. This is a true emergency if this happens in a fight, and it's not a malfunction, which I'll cover in another video. But if this happens to you, especially if you're by yourself, this is a true emergency, and you gotta get that gun back up and running as soon as possible. So, from here, oh yeah, another little trick that I wanna share with you is you see right in here, inside the magazine well on both sides, that's whiteout. When this happens, epinephrine, everything hits the body, you get tunnel vision. Just that little bit of whiteout right there will help with this so that you can see it because it stands out. All right, so coming in the position of power with a 45-degree angle, and also the weapon over, so that it's pointed, your magazines and your pouch are pointed right towards the magazine well. This is the slowest reload. Now this reload doesn't really work well if you have something, a weapon like the Taurus, and the safeties are up here. All right, I'll get to that, so how you should load your weapon here in a second. But this won't work well, because what you'll do is put the weapon back on safe, which is not a good thing. All right, so from here, look, put your magazine in, your hand's already going in that direction, grab the slide, pull it all the way back, and let it go. Do not ride the slide, people. Do not ride the slide. I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll do it without the magazine and the weapon. This is riding the slide. Again, watch. This is not China, it's not gonna break. Grab it and let it go, okay? All right. I see too many people doing that shit. Okay, so here. Go ahead and get a good grip back on the pistol and get back to taking care of business. Now, I'm going to cover this once because I covered it in my other video. When you get ready to get that old magazine out in the new end, take your index finger against the trigger guard. Watch, turn it so that your thumb hits the magazine release button. Again, 45-degree angle. The magazine well is pointed towards your spare magazines. Get the old one out. Good, re-grip your pistol and get the new one in. And get back to shooting people. Okay, so watch it again. Come down to here. Make sure you see the magazine go into the well, then bring your head and eyes back up. Grab your magazine, index finger, middle finger, thumb. Old one out, new one in. That's how it's done, okay? Now, the next one, we're going to use the pinch method. What we're going to do is after we get the magazine and the weapon, we're going to roll it and let the slide go forward with our index finger and thumb like you're pinching someone. The pinch method. Okay, watch. Okay. That's the pinch method. As the next method is also a pinch, but we're going to go higher up on the slide of the weapon. Some weapons will have slide saturations in the front. Well, some people that don't, they just take a piece of skateboard tape and put here, okay? What we're gonna do is making sure you don't point the muzzle at anything you wanna keep. When we put the magazine in, we're gonna come up high, pull back, and let go. Notice I'm not riding it, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this, okay? Understand? Now the next method that we're going to use is going to be using the slide release lever with your non-dominant hand thumb. What we're going to do is, when we get the magazine in the weapon, we're going to come and grab the slide release and let it go forward. Understand? Now I'm going to show you the fastest one. This has to be practiced a lot. Again, when you have dummy rounds, I'm sitting and I'm watching television. I will take 3 magazines, load them, and I'll practice this. I'll show you how to get up to speed. You're going to use the dominant hand thumb on the slide lever. When you get to this point here, just pause slightly, because this is not a 1-2 motion. It's not 1, 2. It is a 1 motion. Watch. Okay. I'll do it kind of full speed. I'll slow it down some. Okay. Stand by, let me set it back up. Got a stuffy nose. Just stop this. Okay, so to practice it, you're practicing in a 1-2 motion at first, though. See it go in, seat the magazine. Once it's seated, bring the slide lever, hit the slide lever. That's how you practice it to get there. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do them all once or twice. And the very last one, in case your weapon is not ambidextrous and you're a lefty, show you the slowest to the fastest. Okay, so if you're a left-handed person, magazine in, come across, rack the slide, okay? Using the pinch method. Okay. Using the top of the slide. Good. Now, here's the one. Using the slide lever. You're going to use your middle finger, all right? Now, I know some of you, oh, what are you thinking right now, okay? But you're going to use the middle finger. Watch. Against the slide release. See that? Again, hopefully you liked, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Everybody be safe.